just overlook me. Yeah, if things don't pan out, keep it cooking. You're not a fan, but you keep on looking. Look, don't be concerned with what people saying. Be concerned when they don't care to say it. Funny how people will act like they know you, but they don't even got a clue what they're saying.
Yeehaw, soldiers! It's your boy Anime Sage, coming at you with another video. And this is What If Deku Had Gambit's Powers, Part 7. So, it's time to start the UA Sports Festival arc for some of my MHA what ifs, and what better way than updating my most popular MHA series. Alright, let me get into a few things. First off, on Friday, it's What If Kakashi Adopted Naruto Part 12. Yes, get hype again. That should fulfill my quota of a minimum of 3 videos per week. So, yeah, that's pretty cool. Although, it doesn't include potential vids and streams between. So, there is that. And when I used to watch my community posts like a hawk, I kind of want to stress this every video because I always put up polls and video updates. Video updates are especially important because it allows you guys to know when a vid will potentially come out, or in worst case scenario, if it'll be delayed due to technical issues. So again, watch my community tab like a hawk. Alright, now for quick social media plugs. Twitter is at AnimeStage4. Twitter is a great way for you guys to interact with me due to the fact I tweet a lot, and it is a great way for you guys to get notified of my videos since I tweet them out after I publish them. So follow me there. Instagram is anime_sage4. I post frequently on Instagram, so it is a pretty good way for you guys to interact with me via stories and all the whatnot. So follow me on there. And then finally, join my Discord. You get access to some monthly content, notifications of when I live stream ahead of time, and best of all, you can suggest to me ideas directly, be it what if ideas or some other stuff you guys want to suggest to me. So join my Discord. Alright, now for usual checklist. If you haven't seen the last part, link is in the description. If you haven't seen this series at all, check out the playlist. With all out of the way, let's get right into the story. Alright, so let's get into the UA Sports Festival arc. So if you guys remember, there was around a 2-week preparation period for UA Sports Festival, so I'll put a bit of a focus on that. A bunch of stuff that happened before that little 2-week train arc will remain the same, such as Ochako's increased spirit, I guess. And I think she will tell Deku, Ida, and Momo about her little plight. So let's just also get into a quick note. Ochako and Momo have become friends. Ochako has accepted that Deku has a girlfriend, and it's Momo, and she can deal with being just friends with Deku. Anyways, everybody will admire Ochako's goal like in canon because, let's just be real, there's nothing wrong with trying to better the lives of yourself and your family members, especially if you're not in a great financial situation. Now, you don't want to be corrupt with money and greed and stuff like that, but there's nothing wrong with trying to get into a business just for financial reasons on its own if you're trying to improve your life and your family members' lives. It's only when you become someone who's extremely greedy and you use it to hurt other people is where the problems arise with that type of mindset. But on its own, if you're trying to support yourself and your family members, there's nothing wrong with trying to get into a business just for money. Alright, now let's get into the actual specifics of the train for the next 2 weeks. Momo and Deku will train separately because they are training against each other, but Deku will give Momo some ideas of how she can improve in areas she's a bit weaker in. So there is that. Deku will continue to improve upon his combat skills with his bow. He'll work on his aim with his cards. Can't really slip on that. And we'll work on some of his older techniques and maybe get a new one. Stay tuned. Momo will improve on her metal bow, pole combat, whatever it is. Work on a bit of a dual style with her shields and metal bows as well. And she does get a bit stronger physically due to Deku slightly helping her with a bit of a training regimen program, you know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, Bakugo will train harder here, so an already stronger version of Bakugo just got stronger because, again, he's trying to catch up to Deku. He's playing catch up with Deku, of all people. So, you know, that's going to allow Bakugo to be more motivated to get stronger because he has someone who can match him. Mostly, he'll be trained on explosive combat techniques, physicality, and improving on the power of his howitzer. Then, there is Kirishima. He will improve on his control for One For All just a bit, and will work on his hardening quirk. Kirishima will be very motivated here in this story. He wants to show he's strong to people like Kendo, Deku, and of course, All Might. Everybody else's training will go around the same. Except again, Kendo is here, so there's no Mineta. And that means some weird stuff and I guess comedic moments, but weird stuff with Mineta kinda never happens because he's not here. So let's get into the actual sports festival. Toroki will make a declaration both Deku and Kirishima that he will beat both of them. Deku because he is the top student at UA, especially with how he handled himself against the villains along with Kirishima. And again, Kirishima more so because he has some similarities to All Might with his quirk, you know what I'm saying? So Deku will be the guy to make the speech since he got the top scores during the entrance exam and says that everybody should give it their all, wishes best luck to everybody here. You know, essentially the opposite of Bakugo's speech, which was kind of cocky. Anyways, the race begins. Sho will get into his ice sliding business. Katsuki will go off using his explosions to propel himself. Kirishima will utilize, guess what, full Kaline. While Deku here will get a bit of a custom ability, essentially converting the potential energy kinetic entry into his feet, and he creates a bit of a speed boost for him, so he's able to speed past everybody. Combine that with utilization of his bow, and of course he can probably traverse the terrain pretty well, especially since he's in superhuman condition. Kirishima meanwhile will speed away using full cowling. So the battle for first place will be between Kirishima, Deku, Shoto, and Bakugo. Deku slows down a bit as we get toward the end, which confuses everybody as they're approaching the minefield. Deku jumps using the molecular burst to his feet, and then he slams his bow down onto the minefield, which is similar to what he did in canon, but he actually has, well, a bow on him. Deku then gets ahead of everybody, waves goodbye to them, and then wins the race. Kind of like Damian Lillard against Russell Westbrook in the Oklahoma City Thunder. Kirishima is in awe, Bakugo is not surprised but very annoyed, and Shoto is kinda angry. Next up is Cavalry Battle. Momo, Deku, Tokiyami, and Hatsume will team up, while Chaka will go with Shoto's team. I could have put Kirishima on Deku's team, but I think Kirishima would want to compete against Deku, kinda like Iida's reasoning when he turned down Deku's offer to team up with him. Also, the interactions between Mei and Momo are gonna be kinda funny. Mei being all for Deku, Deku being like, can you not do that? I have a girlfriend, and Momo getting angry at her. Anyways, the Cavalry Battle begins, and Deku utilizes bow combat to keep people away from his headband using his spare bow, or a bow that Momo created for him. And Momo would also try to create ammo, so like a deck of cards and stuff that Deku can easily charge, while Tokiyama will utilize Dark Shadow and Mei with her babies. Yeah, I went there. The Cavalry Battle will remain the same overall, with Momo utilizing Deku's molecular acceleration so Deku charges her pipes, so that can help with hovering aspects to replace Ochaku's quirk. So that's a quick replacement right there. Overall, I think here with Deku having no limitations with his quirk, because again, he's not really in a position where he has to be like, oh, I gotta save my fingers because I'm probably going to break them for the final match if I make it that far. No, he can go all out because his quirk, it doesn't work like that. You could argue Kirishima could be a good match for Deku, however, they're kind of busy with somebody named Nieto. In the end, there are final clashes between Sho and Deku here and there, but Deku has counters to stop them using his cards, and even charges them even further, which is what he also worked on in 2 weeks. He'll also work on molecular blast techniques in which he charges up potential energy in his arms and fires it in the form of blast. In the end, Deku's team and everybody else will be in a tournament like a cannon, but I believe Deku and his team would finish first here. But there aren't major changes here, because even if Kendo, who would be replacing Mineta on whoever team Mineta was on, even then I think Kendo would still come to the conclusion that, well, why not have all our teammates not really go in and actually give Tetsu and Ibarra a chance to compete. So she's I think nothing would really motivate her to not make the decision, so I think Tetsu and Ibarra will still get in because of Kendo's kindness. This will give Kirishima more admiration and affection for Kendo, because Kendo's a nice person and likable, which is why she's pretty cool. Kirishima will be approached by Shoto because of his similarities to All Might, but it will be more so on the scale of his original accusation towards Deku, you know, love child. Everybody will have the same matchup, so we have Deku versus Shinso. Deku will body Shinso in either 3 or different ways. Deku would probably take care of business pretty easily because Shinso would probably say the same stuff about Mashiro, but Deku would probably take the warning pretty seriously and will smack Shinso. Or Deku falls under the spell, but is able to unlock Enhanced Psionic Resistance, which is a power that Gambit had in his Death Seed form. Also, you could argue that maybe Deku couldn't fall under Hypnosis because Gambit himself had a Hypnotic Charm, but I don't know if that Hypnotic Charm would be able to provide resistances, maybe slight resistances, but I don't think to be on to the same scale as Enhanced Sonic Resistance. But that's why I'm probably going to have to go with the second one, because it's a good opportunity for Deku to unlock one of his Depth Seed powers, because it's kind of extremely powerful. So here, Deku will get Enhanced Sonic Manipulation. Deku then destroys Shincho with his bow, and moves on. Their matches will remain the same in terms of battling, so we can move on to Momo vs Tokiyami. Momo is actually able to put up a fight against Tokiyami, but she still gets smacked by him. This will upset her greatly, as she feels like she let Deku and everybody down. However, Deku later goes over to her, comforts her, and says that she did great. Momo will still feel terrible, but Deku will give her the comfort she needs at that moment in time, and says that she will improve. Momo just smiles, and they both share a kiss. The rest of the matchups will remain the same, including Bakugo versus Ochako, and we can now get into Deku versus Todoroki. But I got some bad news for you guys. You're gonna have to wait for the next part for that to happen. Thanks for watching part 7 of What If Deku had Gambit's powers. I almost broke out in laughter because, you know, this was a shorter script, but I wanted to save up the better fights for the next part because we got an improved version of Deku versus Shoto and an improved version of Kirishima versus Bakugo. The entirety of the sports festival could change on its head very easily, especially the final matchups. So I wanted to wait until the next part to write those battles because I wanted to do those battles some justice. So stay tuned for part 8 whenever I feel like dropping that. Anyways, Fridays again. What if Kakashi up to Naruto? So good hype for that. Watch my Goon tab like a hawk. Friendly reminder right there. Finally, follow my Twitter and Instagram, and of course join my Discord. That is all I have to say. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications, and share the video. This has been your boy, the Anime Sage, signing out. Peace, York, ha, bye-bye.